Hello friends, and welcome to another video. The last time we met, I had introduced you to the We Are Memory Keepers square punch board. Today I'm going to show you a couple of ways that you can use it with your planners. So what I have is the punch board. I've also got my cutting mat, knife and metal ruler. I've got a couple of sheets. I've got one all over pattern and one free printable that I got from Cheap Planning. I'm going to see if the square punch board is viable to use with free printables. They are both printed on just sticker paper. And these are the three sizes that I'll be working with to make stickers for. The first one is my pocket-sized traveler's notebook insert. I've just taken a page out of the middle and written the measurements here so that I can make the right size squares. The second one is my mini happy planner, which is a horizontal. Again, I've written down the size that I need to cover an entire section. And last but not least, my happy planner. So again, I've written down two measurements here, one for the individual boxes and one for this side piece here. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the all over sticker paper. And the first thing I'm going to want to do is remove two of the sides. So I'm just working, cleanly with just the image. I've just remembered the way it loads, you want to get rid of the left hand side, not the right hand side. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take off both of those edges. So this is just a washed out image that I found and I quite liked. So I'm going to start with my traveler's notebook here. So I want 1.5 inches by 2.5 inches. Now, as all three of these planners have 1.5 inches in common, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the side as my 1.5 inch mark. And then I can make the other ones this way. So my first one is 2¼ inches. Now, yes, I could do this in centimeters because it does have the centimeters embossed, but all of these are created in inches, so it's just easier to keep that going. So that's 2¼ inches. Making sure we're all lined up. Punch. Really easy. And that will actually fit exactly like I want it to. If you know of an easier way to do this, please let me know in the comments. There we go. Just going to pop this up in my notes section. This is the one problem I have with sort of full box stickers, is that they can be a little difficult to lay. And I've done that crooked. But it fills the box. Now obviously you can make any size that you like. So if we were going to go with, say, let's do what would be considered probably a half box. And again, the great thing about this is that you're not going to waste any of this because it's all the same size. Looks like I haven't. Yep, no, I didn't put the paper in properly. think the smallest it does on this side is 3/4 of an inch. So let's have a look at that. Okay, so obviously not a standard quarter box. Standard quarter box I think is a 1/2 inch. But this is the smallest you can get using the punch board. There we go. So easy enough to do for my traveller's notebook. Now, my mini happy planner. So I need 1.5 inch, which I can leave at this, by 3 3/4 inches. Remembering that this only goes up to 4 inches on the long side and 3 inches on the short side. So my 3 3/4. But honestly though, it's not often that I would cover a whole thing unless it was a super special day. Massive celebration. That's the only thing I find. I've got to make sure that it comes through because it can get caught up in the bottom of the punch underneath if you're not careful. Making sure that's all lined up. But that is pretty awesome. So beautiful. And again, it's the same thing. As long as you keep the height, you can make any division of that you like down to 3/4 of an inch. Or even this way if you wanted to do, but again, only to 3/4 of an inch, something across the entire, like a big birthday banner or something. So that's the mini happy planner. And now for our classic happy planner. Now this one is just a little bit bigger than the other one, so it's 2.5 inches. And as you can see, I'm still going across the one thing at the top. So I'm... It is getting caught up in there. That is a downside, that there's no sort of guide rail, but there can't be because it's a punch. There it is. Getting caught up in all sorts of places. And that's definitely it. It's because it's so close. Minimal waste. Tiny, like you could even use that literally as a header. So let's pop this over here. Now this particular measurement does go up to cover the black line. Not bad. Now this measurement is 1.75 by 5.5 inches. Obviously I can't do 5.5 inches. I could only do up to 4, which would not cover that entire piece. You could obviously do it in 2 pieces or 2 different patterns, or if you wanted to do different boxes for different things, it would work the same way, but I cannot go up to 5.5 inches. So that is the all over. Now I had a question on my last video about, does it work with printables? Probably is the answer that I'm going to give you. There are going to be limitations. These smaller ones, long banners, not really possible. Rounded corners, absolutely not. Plain squares, large squares, absolutely. The biggest challenge you'll have is to whether or not it's going to line up properly. So I'm going to have a go at just these first four top ones and see how we go. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this box to make sure that I'm going to have it properly set up. So I have to find my markings on the embossed sections on the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 by 5.1. Which is literally just over 2 inches. All right. Now the biggest issue I'm going to have are these small bits in the middle. Obviously I'll have to cut them off separately as I go through. But let's just see. Nope, because I've done it the wrong way. Yikes. But it does look good. Let me do that again. Let's change these around. Fingers crossed. That looks better. As you can see, it's not completely accurate. There is a small white line there, and there is a tiny bit left on the bottom here. So my conclusion is, yes, you can do it, but quite frankly, with the uncertainty and the fiddling, you're better off with a pair of scissors or a craft knife and mat for your printables. However, if you have an image or a picture that you like that you want to do, you know, those full picture spreads with in your happy planner or whatever, then this is ideal to be able to mark those out without having to rule lines and cut things. So that's just an example of one of the things you can do with your square punch board for your planners. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. Click that little bell icon so you receive notifications of new videos. I'll see you all next time. Bye.